Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Unapologetic Podcast. This is your girl Lex. And first and foremost, I just want to thank all of my listeners who have tuned in to the podcast. Make sure you guys DM me on Instagram at unapologeticxpodcast. Hit me up on the email unapologeticpodcast2@gmail.com. And we just about to tap right into Roe versus Wade being overturned. And I know it happened over 2 months ago, I believe. A sad day in history for women and the impact it's having on us women to not be able to have a choice in what we do with our bodies. And I just can't imagine living in a state where I am pregnant and I do not want to keep my baby for whatever reason, and I don't have the choice to terminate. And I have to carry this baby to full term and then make a decision whether I'm going to raise this child or I'm going to give this child up for adoption because this is not a child that I wanted. And I understand that, during our pregnancy, we tend to form a bond with our young. And in other cases, some women may resent their child because they never wanted this child. I can't imagine a woman that's out there right now who has been a victim of rape or incest and she's still forced to carry a child. And not only is she forced into becoming a mother this way, but she's now forced to be financially responsible, 100% financially responsible, to be a single parent when she didn't have the choice to make for her own, for what was best for her. The impact that it takes on her body to, the hormonal changes, being pregnant, dealing with trauma, and then afterwards. It's disgusting that lawmakers are not even making exceptions for the women who are victims. Instead, they're just like, whatever, fuck it, we don't give a fuck. And it's like, damn, like, where are your hearts? Where are your souls? Where... I just, it's a lot that can be said, but what can be done about it? Because never in a million years did we think that this would happen. Currently, right now, which is real crazy, there is a young 16-year-old girl down in Florida who is currently pregnant. She has no biological parents. The father of the child that she is carrying is not in the picture. She went in front of, she had to go to court. She went in front of a judge to basically tell the judge why she was not ready to be a mom. She stated that she knows she is not mature enough to care for a child, to be a mom. She's not ready. And for the judge to turn around and say you're not mature enough to make this decision, and denied her abortion. When you are young, and more than often women, um, we mature faster than men, right? Granted, but as a young woman, 16 years old, still in high school, trying to get her high school diploma, her GED, and she is on the right path, right? She has no job, but she's still in high school, and you're forced to carry a child. Now, what does that? Where does that put her future? And she can still become something in life. It just may be a little harder for her to accomplish her goals with being a young mom with no job and the dad's not in the picture. So it's gonna be hard for her. Yes. Is it impossible? No. But would she rather wait until later on in life to start her family, where she knows, where she has the chances of already being established, already having income, being able to survive on her own and take care of her child, and actually have a partner to share the responsibility with? Yes, that's ideal. But because of the overturn, um, it's just fucked up. It's just fucked up. Um, I remember my the first time I had an abortion, and I don't, I don't remember feeling regret. Like, I never went back and said, damn, I wish I never did that, because I was so early on in my pregnancy that you just it's you're too early to even bond with it's just too early to even bond and build a connection. um so some say, oh, it can affect you mentally. I mean, everyone is different. I feel like it depends on um, when you decided to terminate, like how far along you were, because I believe you have up until, I know, for the pill form of the abortion pill, you have before it's, I think, up to 10 weeks. And then the surgical is, don't quote me because I don't even know. But I guess it just depends on how far along you are before you decide to terminate. Determines whether or not you built some type of bond with your child. And for the women who have are high risk pregnancies, or women, the crazy part about the Roe versus Wade being overturned is even women who have miscarriages and their bodies does not recognize the miscarriage, and you know more than often with a miscarriage, the fetus passes through, right? But if the body doesn't recognize the miscarriage, it's just kind of stuck in your uterus, which then you would have to take an abortion pill to clear out the pregnancy. So, when they overturned Roe versus Wade, I don't think they really did enough homework to understand that certain that abortion shouldn't be banned all the way around. They should definitely make exceptions for women who miscarry and need to take an abortion pill because their body has not recognized the miscarriage. Make exceptions for women who are victims of rape, incest, women who babies are not developing and have no chance of survival once they are born. There has to be exceptions made just off the strength of just having just some type of remorse for women and what we already go through on a day to day. That's my opinion on it. That's my thoughts. Um, Hopefully, in the next couple of years, this is not a thing anymore. But you know, the way this world is going, I don't see it getting any better. Stay tuned. We about to start talking about child support. So, I ran across this video on TikTok where this man is paying $500 a month in child support. His wife is not happy because his baby mother told him or asked him to buy their child a pair of sneakers. And the wife is upset because she feels like her husband pays child support and that should be that. Whatever the child needs and wants and etc. should be taking out the child support money. I'm about to play the clip for y'all.
And the shit getting old. It getting very old and frustrating.
Between your child and your marriage, what is you doing? I mean, like, what's going on?
I'm recording, man.
No, I ain't no recording because you ain't dropping that shit. I don't give a damn about no Facebook, no YouTube, or nothing. No. And I don't care nothing about that. Because my thing is right here, you pay $500 a month. You can drop it. I'm going to put your business out there. You pay $500 fucking dollars a month in child support, and ain't nobody been doing no extra. No shoes, no clothes, no toys, no nothing. Fuck all that.
What you talking about, man? My son needs some shoes.
I don't give a damn. No, they get. She can get the shoes out the child support money. She get the shoes out the child support money. That's what you pay child support for. The court ordered child support. You ain't got to do shit else, and she ain't gifting nothing else. She should have never took the fucking child support out if she needed more money.
You shouldn't feel like that, though, man.
Why shouldn't I feel like that?
That's my fucking child.
I don't fuck that child. Fuck you too. I don't give a damn about that. Shoes. Talking about to get some extra shoes, and you pay $500 fucking dollars a month in child support. You ain't buying no shoes. You ain't buying no fucking shoes. You buy shoes. You buy them shoes. You buy them shoes. That's it.
Ain't no fucking that's it, man.
That's it. I'm saying you pay child support. What you paying the child support is for?
I'm saying, still though. If you need some shoes, I'm gonna get the shoes.
No, you ain't getting no shoes out of here. You ain't. It don't matter. It does not matter.
Yeah, so my personal opinion, depending on their living situation, cannot understand where the wife is coming from. I also understand where the husband is coming from because his child is asking for a pair of sneakers. And although I pay child support each month of any amount, I still don't want to be the father who's just doing the bare minimum because he pays child support. I completely disagree with the way the wife handled the situation. I do believe she overreacted. She did the fucking most. She did the absolute most. To say, towards the end of the video, she started packing his stuff. She said, fuck you, fuck that child, fuck the mama. Like, she did the absolute most. Outside of that, I can understand both parts of it depending on their marriage and their living situation and how things are in the household, if they already have kids. Um, but what I can say, my only advice to her, the wife, is to put herself in the baby mother's shoes. How is she like it if that was her baby daddy doing the bare minimum for the child that they share together? You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, that's my only take on that. But feel free to let me know what y'all think on that topic, on that situation. Unapologetic podcast at ooh. Unapologetic podcast, the number 2 at gmail.com, on Instagram, unapologetic x podcast. Now we're about to tap into this question that was asked on the emails. The question was, how do you deal with heartbreak? And there's no right or wrong way to dealing with heartbreak. Me personally, I tend to shut down when I had got my heart broken, because that's what works for me. Everybody handles situations differently. Me, my go-to is just shutting down. Like, I can't talk to the person because we're breaking up, we're going through what we're going through. So my my ex was my person. So if you no longer have your person there, who do you go to? You have to lean on yourself at times instead of leaning on other people to comfort you. You have to just deal with your emotions, however you choose to deal with them. I will not dwell in the situation. I would just take a couple of days, reflect, listen to some music, and shit. That's how I deal with it, because what can I do about it? You know? One thing about heartbreak is that burning sharp sensation that runs through your chest. That is the most realest feeling ever. I remember when I got my heart broken for the first time, and it was done so publicly that I was so embarrassed, because here I am thinking this person, my high school sweetheart, like we were going to be together forever. And for me, I don't know, at one point in time, I was like this ride or die chick, right? I'm putting money on the phone for the jail calls. I am writing letters. Some birdhead, like I was in love, and that was me, young me. So I felt like because me and this person was rocking for so long through the ups and the downs, that there was nothing that was gonna come in the way of me and him like being together. Until the end was near, and he broke my heart, and he embarrassed me, like, when I mean cheated on me, then cheated on me with somebody that I was around at some point in time. It was, I feel like if it didn't happen so publicly, I probably would have forgiven him. And that's the sad part about it. But I feel like everything happens for a reason because he was in and out of jail, because he didn't really want any change to happen. I was holding on to the idea of us lasting so long versus the healthiness of the relationship, if that makes any sense. So I was at a point where I'm about to go off to school. I'm starting my freshman year of college, and I'm working, and he's still doing the same thing. And I noticed the unbalance in a relationship where he wasn't on the same page as I was. And that was the part that I wanted better for us. You know, he was proud of me, and I was, wanting him to do more, but you can't force somebody to do something that they don't want to do. Not that they're not capable. It's just because they're going to continue to do what they're used to doing. And that was where our relationship was getting confusing at, because we're getting older. So because we're getting older, we should want more for our future versus the same old, same old. Sorry, my son is like turn up time. Okay, and I felt like I only had my heart broken twice. And the second time, similar, it was a lot of cons, but a lot of pros in it all. The best thing I got out of my recent heartbreak was my baby boy. A life lesson as well. Great memories, but sometimes the bad starts to outweigh the good. And I had to just have to deal with the emotions of it all. There was no turning back. There was, you have to move on. And I had to deal with all of it, you know? And that's that's just how I deal with things. I make a list, pros and cons. I listen to music. I reflect on the relationship as a whole, and just it is what it is. I can't go back and change anything. Everything happens for a reason, and maybe you're just not meant to be with a person. Circle the block again, and maybe you guys would come together and later on down the line, or maybe that relationship was to prepare you for your next and how to handle situations differently, if you happen to be in a similar situation ever again. So that's my advice. Now it's from DJ D Nice. Yeah, DJ D Nice. So yeah, y'all can also send in those questions to the email as well, or Unapologetic X Podcast on Instagram. Once again, yeah. So I appreciate you all for tuning in. I'm gonna catch y'all again next week on Tuesday. Later.